Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome along to this press conference to unveil Filippo Terracciano. Before we give the floor to Milan TV, Filippo would like to say something. First and foremost, good afternoon, everyone. Before we get started, I really wanted to thank Verona, both the city and the club, Hellas Verona, the club, my teammates from the academy and in the first team as well. And I also want to thank all of the coaches that I've had. All of them in their own individual way have helped me to develop. And above all, Ivan Juric, who was the first one to believe in me. And I think he was the person that really enabled me to understand the importance of hard work and dedication. So I'll always be very grateful to Ivan Juric. Now we'll give the floor to Mauro Suma. Thank you, Laura. Welcome along, Filippo. Good afternoon. You still are to turn 21, but you already have 21 appearances in Serie A. Do you think that the experience that you've already acquired will always be useful to you, as you mentioned in your introduction, over the course of your career and during your time with Milan? Yes, I'm young and I'm acquiring experience game after game. I'm at a stage of my career where I'm learning a great deal in every training session and every match, and gradually I will start to acquire experience.
Senti Filippo, nelle immagini diffuse dal Milan ti ho visto guardare I filmati della nostra storia al museo.
I saw that you were looking at the footage of our history in the museum. You were very immersed in the glory of the footage there. I imagine it's all happened very quickly for you. Verona, Casa Milan, the club, the headquarters, Milanello, the training ground. But despite all that, you went on in a very difficult moment of the stage of the game against Atalanta. You were very neat and tidy when we were trailing by a goal. And you were very precise in what you did. It's all happened very quickly, hasn't it? Yes, of course. It was very exciting, first and foremost. But as soon as I was called upon, I forgot everything, put everything out of my mind, and I was focused on the job at hand. I tried to compartmentalize and make sure that I was focused on the task at hand to try and help out the team. Sky. Welcome, Filippo. Best of luck for your time at Milan. I wanted to ask you a couple of questions. Mauro asked you about the impact on the pitch. I wanted to ask you about the emotional side of things. When did you find out about Milan's interest? And what's it been like moving from Verona to Milan? It's a short distance, but almost everything changes, doesn't it? Yes, it's a big change. And you can see it in everything, every person that you encounter at Casa Milan, in the trophy room. It's not for me to say what a huge club Milan is. As I've said, very positive emotions in the first few days. I've had a wonderful, warm welcome here, both from the players and the staff as a whole. And as I've said, when I go out there onto the pitch, I forget everything, I switch off from everything else, and I focus on what I need to do to give my all. And the best that I can give is playing my part for the team. Geoffrey Moncada and Stefano Pioli have both said that you're very versatile. You can play as a fullback on the right or the left, you can play as a number 8, you can play as a wing-back as well. Where do you feel you're best? And is there a player from the past that played for Milan, not that you necessarily want to compare yourself to, but you idolized over the years? I've never really bothered too much about a specific position or where I'm picked. It's not my job. All I need to do is give my all in the position where the coach picks me. So that's not something I can necessarily control. And whatever the position that I'm picked in, I will try and perform to the best of my abilities. And I can adapt very quickly. As for Milan players that I've idolized, I'd have to say Paolo Maldini. Maldini and Alessandro Nesta were two players that I always watched a lot. I watched a lot of videos of them on YouTube, and those are the two names that I would mention. Calciomercato. Good afternoon, Filippo. First and foremost, congratulations. You have joined a historic club. You've spoken about Nesta and Maldini. I wanted to ask you about your first impressions working at Milanello day in, day out, about this club, and encountering Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He might have been an idol of yours, even though he's in a different position. Has he said anything to you? A lot of clubs were competing for your signature in January, and that shows that you're developing well. Why did you push so hard to move to Milan as opposed to other clubs? I'll start with the last portion of your question. I think Milan is the best possible place for me to develop as a player in terms of the staff, the facilities, and also the big characters that you encounter on a daily basis. It might be Zlatan Ibrahimovic, for instance. I think the more information I'm able to glean, the more I can develop both as a footballer and as a human being. When you come up against big personalities like that, it's very positive. Sport Italia. Hi, Filippo. Best of luck. Verona published a photo of you as a kid wearing the giallo-blue colours. There's another photo which is doing the rounds, which is your dad, who was with Stefano Pioli in the sticker albums. Has there been a fatherly pat on the back from Stefano Pioli? Is there a future photo of you in the rossoneri colours? Yes, I also discovered that my dad played with Stefano Pioli at Fiorenzuola, and he just had a bit of a chat with the head coach. My dad did. And it's nice to know that they played together. Yes, I played my entire youth with Verona. That's why there was the photo of me there as a kid. And let's try and write a new chapter here, day after day at Milan. Hi, Filippo. First and foremost, welcome to Milan. A little earlier, you were talking about Ivan Juric and all of the coaches that have given you so much. What can Stefano Pioli provide you with? The gaffer can offer me a great deal. Right from those first few training sessions, I'm learning a great deal. And so both from a footballing perspective and as a human being, I'm absolutely sure that I will develop significantly. And as I said, I can't wait to get started. Hi, Filippo. Welcome to Milan from my side too. Against Atalanta, you were combining a lot with Rafael Leao and Theo Hernandez. It's a Milan side that's very young, albeit there are a lot of leaders like Olivier Giroud. What can it give you in your career for a team that has already won things, that want to win things, and a good group of lads as well? Yeah, as you said, they're a nice group of players, fantastic squad of players. The veterans have given me a warm welcome. And training with world-class players like Rafael Leao, Olivier Giroud and Theo Hernandez will certainly provide me with a great deal. I need to try and fit into the coach's system as quickly as possible, get to grips and get to know my teammates both from a footballing perspective and socially, so that I can work out how best to dovetail with the likes of Rafael Leao and Theo Hernandez on the pitch when we exchange passes. You've already mentioned that you're not really bothered about a specific position, but we have seen you in a slightly unusual position. We hadn't ever seen you on the left before. How did you find that? Can you do it? And why did you choose the specific shirt number? As I've already said, I played on the left because the gaffer asked me to cover that position. As I've said, I'm not really interested in my position. I don't give that too much thought. And wherever I'm picked, I give my absolute all. As for my shirt number, Simon Kier had 24 that used to be my number, so I couldn't pick that one. So I chose 38. Because I played with Destiny Udogie throughout my time with the Verona Academy. He's now at Tottenham. I spoke a little bit to Destiny, and I chose that a little bit as a tribute to him. Hi, Filippo. Welcome along and best of luck. As soon as you moved here to Milan, what sort of dressing room atmosphere did you discover and encounter? Have you already made friends with anyone in particular? Thank you very much and best of luck. As I said, I encountered a fantastic atmosphere, both in terms of the players and the staff. It's been a very positive experience from every angle, and I know that anything I need, there are people willing to help me out, and that's been really nice. I had no doubts about that whatsoever, that I would encounter such a wonderful atmosphere, and that's one of the reasons why I picked Milan in the first place. Thanks very much, Filippo. Thanks very much, everyone.